In this problem, your patient needs 80 milligrams of Pethidine. Your ampules in stock contain 100 milligrams in 2 millilitres. What volume do you draw up for injection? Step 1 is to set up our NHS1 formula. So our N for need is 80. Our have is 100. Our stock is 2 millilitres, which we must put over 1 for the equation to work. Our next step is to cancel down any parts of that formula which can be reduced to the simplest terms, in this case the 80 over 100. If you need further support and practice on cancelling fractions to the simplest terms, then click on the speech bubble in this slide and you'll be taken to an extended tutorial which goes into more detail about how to do this. We can see that 80 and 100 are both divisible by 10. So if we divide 80 by 10, we get to 8. And if we divide 100 by 10, we get to 10. 8 tenths is not yet in its simplest terms. Both of those are even numbers, so we can continue dividing, this time each of them by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 10 divided by 2 is 5, which gives us a cancelled fraction of 4 over 5. We can now reset the formula, which is now in its simplest terms and therefore much easier to deal with. So we have 4 over 5, which we need to multiply by 2 over 1. To do this, we multiply our two top numbers, the numerators, together. So 4 multiplied by 2 equals 8. And then we do the same with our denominators, the two bottom numbers. 5 multiplied by 1 is 5. This gives us a worked solution of 8 over 5. This is correct, but it's not clinically relevant and would not count as a correct answer in any circumstances in nursing. So we have to work through the next part of the problem to extract a relevant and correct answer that includes a realistic number that you could draw up on a syringe and also a correct unit of measurement. We know that fractions are also ways of representing division problems. So we know that 8 over 5 can also be written as 8 divided by 5. And once we know we're dealing with a division problem, we can use short division, also known as the bus stop method, to solve the last part of this problem and to extract a correct answer. If you need to practice this method, you can click on the speech bubble on this slide to access some further interactive learning resources relating to this method. Remember, when we set up our bus shelter, we need to swap around the numbers in that number sentence. So our 5 goes on the outside and the 8 goes on the inside. I'm also going to add a couple of trailing zeros because I know I'm going to be dealing with remainders and I don't want to be worrying about the fuss of writing those out while I'm working through the problem. So let's work this through. 5 goes into 8 once with a remainder of 3. And we can put our 3 over there to remind us that that's what we have to do next. At this point, our decimal point moves up, so it's in the same place in the answer. And we can divide 5 into 30. That does go exactly, it goes 6 times. Because it goes exactly, we've finished with that problem, and our answer is 1.6. Just to finish it off and represent it correctly, remember in exams you must have both the correct number and the correct unit of measurement. We add our unit of measurement, which gives the final answer of 1.6 millilitres.